Hello and welcome to Dad Got This, where we're into the tough questions like, what are Starbucks Reserve and Reserve Roasteries? And what happens if you touch Dad's coffee? The second one's easy. You get grounded. Recently, the family and I took a wonderful trip to New York City. We spent like 4 days, we walked 60,000 steps, we saw the sights, and we had a grand old time. In researching my trip to New York, I found a thing called Starbucks Reserve and Reserve Roasteries. If you know anything about me, you know I kinda like coffee. I have my espresso machine right there behind me that I recently got from Ninja. Thank you, Ninja. I have an espresso every morning, probably one or two throughout the day. I kinda like coffee. I like it a lot. A lot. Really a lot. Like a lot of you, I started my quote-unquote fancy coffee journey at Starbucks. Now, even though I grew up in an Italian family and my family members would have espressos and stuff like that, I never really got into that when I was younger. I just drank your plain Jane coffee from wherever I got it. I didn't really care about it. But Starbucks kind of made me care about coffee a little bit. I know it's not the greatest high-end coffee, but it's where I got my start. So it was kind of cool when I found these things called Starbucks Reserve, which is an even higher end version of Starbucks. They've got a couple of them all throughout the world. They've got them in Seattle, Chicago, New York, Milano, Shanghai, and Tokyo. And what are they? They're like a nicer version of Starbucks with fancier coffees, and the ones that are labeled roasteries, they actually roast the coffee right there on site, which for me was really cool to see. We visited 2 Starbucks Reserve locations in New York, one at the Empire State Building, which is this cool 3-floor Starbucks with a bar and it just has like a nicer menu to it. The food items are better. There's an expanded drink menu. The coffee's all fresher. And it's just like a really neat experience. Everything even the equipment they use to make it looks cooler and almost steampunky. Now, at that Empire State Building, it's just a reserve. It's not a roastery, so they're not roasting any of the coffees. There's none of that equipment there on site. But it's still really cool to be in the most iconic building in New York and see this really awesome Starbucks.
If you're like me and you like merch and collecting things, they have it for you. There is just a ton of Reserve exclusive stuff at the store, stuff I'd never seen before. They also had these coffee experiences. I wish I had time to do one of them. Whiskey barrel coffee. Yes, please. I'll try that. They just had a bunch of really awesome stuff that I had never seen before. They had this puzzle from an artist that was all Starbucks themed and Empire State themed. Really cool mugs like this one with their logo on it that says Starbucks Reserve, Empire State. Special branded coffee and tumblers. The place was super busy. There were lots of people in there enjoying coffee. On the lower floor, there was a whole bar area, which was completely separate from the upper floor. They had just cool, kitschy stuff. I absolutely loved it. I want to go back again.
But for me, the coolest one was the Reserve Roastery on 61st Street. That one had all of the equipment to actually roast coffee. While we were there, we saw them dumping green coffee from canvas bags into a hopper that fed down into these big metal roasters, and you could watch the coffee just turn and roast. And they were roasting the coffee that they were gonna serve at that location right there. It doesn't get any fresher than that. So we of course got some drinks. I just got a regular old espresso because I wanted to try their espresso coffee. The wife got this taro summery drink. It was really good. And it's just an awesome location.
To be able to sit there and watch the process of the roasting of the coffee was really cool. The whole location was awesome. It had this lower bar area with weird gold machines for making the coffee. They had a thing where they showed where the different locations are. They had people baking bread right there on site in really cool ovens. Of course, more merch. This little board which showed stuff. I don't really know what it was. But then they had this coffee bar with all these cool roasted coffees that they roasted right there on site. They also had the whiskey barrel coffee from the other location, which I really want to try. I didn't buy it. And then this super cool logo. I thought that was awesome.
While we were at the Empire State Building, I actually bought a bag of the Empire State Micro Blend. This is a special blend of coffee that they make specifically for that Empire State location. I believe it's roasted right over there at the other location because they don't roast on site there. So I bought some of this coffee, and then I bought these. Now, Starbucks Reserve has its own logo, its own aesthetic. It's very arty. It's very kind of like kitschy, I guess. The artwork on some of the stuff is just amazing. It's really well done. The building's cool to look at. So I bought these 3 espresso mugs.
You got this dark gray one with the Starbucks Reserve, this metallic looking one, and a white one.
And the wife got this Starbucks Reserve Empire State Building mug. It's embossed in silver. It says Starbucks Reserve Empire State. So if you like a good cup of coffee and you happen to be in one of those cities that I mentioned, especially New York, I say go give them a try. They're cool. This is not sponsored by Starbucks, Starbucks Reserve, or anything like that. I just had a really good time there. I thought they were super cool, and I thought I'd share it with you. I've got espresso mugs from Starbucks Reserve. I've got a special Starbucks Reserve coffee. I have an espresso machine. Let's make an espresso. There is a Starbucks Reserve Empire State Roast Espresso. This was roasted at the Roastery in New York. I checked, it says so on the card. Let's give it a taste. I'm tasting coffee. Another sip. Getting fruitiness, some chocolatiness, and a little bit of vanilla. The only reason I can tell you that is I read it off the card. I'm not really good at this. I just like coffee. It just tastes good. Now, to drink an espresso the way I drink an espresso, and the way my Italian uncle drank his espresso. May you rest in peace, Uncle Sal. Love you, buddy. Lemon rind. Twist of lemon rind. And because I'm a child, a little bit of natural sugar. And that is an espresso Romano, the way my uncle drank it. Cheers. The acidity from the lemon rind really counteracts any bitterness that might be in the coffee. And then sugar makes it sweet. Oh, so good. Hope you guys enjoyed this and learned a little bit. I never knew what a Starbucks Reserve or Reserve Roastery was before I went to New York. And if you didn't, now you do. Please do the likey subscribe stuff. YouTube loves it when you leave a like. I love it when you leave a comment. I answer just about every comment in my comment section. If you really want to support the channel, consider becoming a member. You get all kinds of cool benefits like shout outs, producer credits, behind the scenes updates, all kinds of fun stuff. And it really helps me out. I appreciate each and every one of you who is a member. But if you can't become a member, please just subscribe. That would really help me grow this channel. I've got a lot more stuff from our trip to New York, lots of food-based stuff. So please make sure you are subscribed. And with that, guess there's only one question left to answer. What do you say when somebody gives you a nice coffee? Cool beans. Yeah. Dad may tell horrible dad jokes. Give you some cool information about coffee and Starbucks roasteries. But one thing Dad will never do is an outro. So that's it. Bye.
This is the part where I thank all of my members. You guys are the absolute best. Thank you so much for your support and rock on. I don't know why I said rock on, but rock on.